Oh, hello. This is Josh, and this is Real Talk Wrestling, and I'm not going to take any nonsense from Chris tonight. We are celebrating the best in the world, the real world champion, the real world heavyweight champion, the longest reigning AEW heavyweight champion. He still has not lost that title that he's been holding with the X on it. If you watched AEW, you should know.
Double
The
champion.
two the double champion. That's right. CM Punk. We're celebrating the championship of a real champion, unlike Chris Koffler, who's never here to defend his title. Man, guys, it's been a week of wrestling. I didn't expect what we got on Raw at all. I didn't expect. I expected him to return at some point, and I'm talking about Logan Paul. I just didn't expect it to be here, but I should have. He wrestles every main eventer they have, so this should have been come to no shock to anybody. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about the results of Saturday Night Main Event, the tournament that has not been announced, but semi announced, not really announced. We'll talk about that tournament, who we should expect to be in it, and Clutch. I watched a full NXT segment
Oh wow.
from start to finish. And let me tell you, we'll break down Chelsea Green and all ego Ethan Page. And I got to hear the backstory of Thea. I don't know why she was there. I just need to hear it from you, Clutch. And if there's no explanation, that's fine too, but we'll get to that later. First Saturday Night Main Event happened, and it was a show. It was a Saturday Night Main Event show. They did have title changes. They had some squash matches, or a squash match, and they had a title awarded to, of course, CM Punk. But the first thing we saw was Cody Rhodes, Drew McIntyre, in basically the same finish he had with Kevin Owens when he wrestled him at Saturday Night's Main Event. Except for that was, I believe, a no disqualification match, if I don't remember, so it was legal. This time it was not legal. That's the only wrinkle. It's like those highlight books that the kids get, find the differences. That's the only difference was now it was not legal. This was not a no disqualification match. And people are not talking about that, which makes this one a better and more interesting finish. So Clutch, were you surprised at all with this finish? And I heard isn't Drew like filming some Highlander movie or something coming up?
Yeah, I heard he was doing a movie. Not sure which one, but yeah. Um, I saw it was interesting because I missed the SmackDown before Saturday night's main event. So I found the stipulation they had interesting that they were like, if Cody gets disqualified, he loses the title. And the match told like, yes, it was another kind of Cody-ish match, but it had a little bit of wrinkles in there. It told a story of like Cody is like not getting himself disqualified because he already did it before and doing things like that. And then it ends with the referee not seeing because ref bump, uh, the DDT on the title and Crossroads 1, 2, 3 over. Um, yeah, I said this on the last show. I thought this might have been the moment for like Drew to take it, but I guess they're trying to tell something more with Cody. So I mean, overall the match was good, and but the result was, I guess, expected. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just so same thing as always. I wasn't surprised by it, but I was just, to me, it's like, come on, what are we doing? It's the same thing, and I'm not going to sit here and complain about it because you're right. They might have something going on with Cody that we don't know about, but he did, like I said, did the same thing with Kevin Owens where it was technically legal. They better follow up on this because I watched, by the way, the full. Oh, what's more surprising, guys? I watched a full segment of NXT or a full segment of SmackDown. I watched a full segment of that contract signing where they made that rule, a stipulation of if Cody cheats or gets disqualified. I watched that. It was good. It was what it is. But Cody, he sounds different. And Chris, I know you don't watch SmackDown. That's why I'm trying to explain. He sounds different. He's like meaner when he's talking. It's almost like when he came back in AEW with the black hair. Remember that? Remember that?
Yep.
So we're getting that Cody right now, but kind of like toned down WWE style. I don't see them turning him full heel though. It wouldn't make sense. It just would not make sense at the moment.
Why would it not make sense? In the sense of not maybe right now, but if they do it over time, do the slow burn heel turn.
It'd be fine if it was a slow burn, but who for a heel turn to be effective, you need to care about the good guys, right? The person that he turns on.
Yeah.
Like the whole Dominic and Finn Balor situation right now, where who's babyface, who's heel, who's turning on who, and when the turn happens, who's turning, because they're both heel. Like nobody wants them to be baby faces, I don't think. But Finn got a pop on Monday Night Raw. But that's my point: is when Cody turns on someone, he's got to turn on someone that we're going to care about. It has to be Randy. That's the only person. But I don't see them setting that up anytime soon. That's the only thing that I can see happening. It'd be kind of weird.
No, they could have something in the works down the road. That's why I said a slow burn. There may be not anything on the immediate horizon where he keeps doing these heelish things, but he's not a full turn. And then at some point he does go do something or go after somebody. Maybe someone that's just not in the picture right now.
Right.
Maybe it's still a few months down the road, getting it, Royal Rumble time, maybe to set up something for WrestleMania. That's where I could see them taking that.
I'm hoping he drops the title before WrestleMania. I don't want to see him as champion. I'd rather him do something else. But again, it's probably too rushed. We're already in November. Survivor Series is 3 weeks away, Clutch. Like, that wouldn't be possible. Thoughts on that? If anyone took the title off of Cody, who would it be?
I don't see really who,
Clutch.
like, a credible challenger down the line. I don't know what they're going to do.
I think I'm frozen.
Can you?
No, you're not frozen, but you're delayed, Josh.
Oh, boo. How am I now? How am I now?
Okay, now I think you're good.
I think you're
okay,
solid.
Cool.
Yep, you caught back up.
There we go. Hey, that's what we do here. We catch up. We always play catch up. So, Clutch, what do you think, man? Who should take the title off of Cody if it does happen before WrestleMania?
I don't know who's out there as a challenger right now, aside if you do a Randy Orton feud where I don't know, maybe Randy is the heel, and they could do an interesting thing. Randy starts off as a heel, and then there's like a double kind of turn, and that can make it a little bit, since the crowd is still probably going to be behind Randy regardless. They could do something like that. That's the only one on the horizon that I can really imagine, because I don't see many credible challengers for Cody right now. And yes, like I have no idea. For example, we know what War Games is shaping up to be, and I don't think Cody's going to be in that match. So what is he doing at Survivor Series? He has to do something, but who would he face? Like, yeah, it's a bunch of what ifs right now with Cody, and I'm interested to see what's happening. But yeah, one legit guy that I would have thought before his injury was like Jacob. They could put on a match even if they're face. But yeah, and he's out with the injury now, so I have no idea where it's going. I'm interested to see though.
Yeah, interesting indeed. Maybe they turn Damian Priest heel. If people are interested in that, I don't know.
I
don't know. Aleister Black. Is he with Zelina Vega on screen?
Yeah, she's his manager now.
Since when?
Since the last pay-per-view, not Saturday Night's Main Event, but the one before that. I forgot which one.
So, I'm applauding it. It's about damn time. That's her perfect role, a manager for someone who can't talk, and because she could talk. I only know this because when I log on to Twitter once a week to message you guys, I saw a Zelina Vega picture when I saw like a clip of her helping Aleister Malachi. Which one is Aleister? Aleister in WWE. I was watching that going, wait a minute. I know they're like a couple in real life. Oh, they finally put them together. Thankfully, she's out of the LW. Is the LWO still exist? That's my question.
I don't think so. Because even I think we'll talk about it. We saw Ray on Monday, and he wasn't with any like representation for LWO or anything.
No. All right. Well, yeah. So that's good. Finally, that's where Zelina Vega belongs. I hated the whole LWO flip flop. I hated the whole gimmick. Love her as a manager / talker. She can talk. She's great. Anyway, so that match happened. Cody, Drew, and then we go into a squash match. I believe that was the next match.
Yeah.
Either way, let's talk about the squash match. Let's talk about the squash match. I thought it was great. I thought it was perfect. This is how you present Jade. This is the best way to present Jade Cargill. This was, to me, well done. I thought it was perfect execution from her. just beating up Tiffany Stratton, just dominating one of the most dominant women's wrestlers in the past year. Obviously, 308 days as the champion. I know that. Why do I know that? Because I said it every freaking break in the pre-show or whatever I was watching, and that's when I knew. Well, she's not going to go 309. She's not. And that's what happened. So is this a sink or swim situation for Jade Cargill? We've seen all of her matches, Chris, pretty much. We've seen them all. She hasn't really improved much, but if they can protect her like this, I think it's going to be a good heel run. So do you think this was the right move?
Is it the right move? We don't know that yet. Time will tell if it's the right move or not. So disclaimer, I didn't watch Saturday Night Main Event live because I was watching, what was it, Game 7 of the World Series. So I had heard that this was a squash match, and I was wondering, like, is it going to be a Goldberg style where Tiffany gets no offense in and the match is done in 90 seconds or less? So I was glad to see that, like, it was her dominating the match, and it went more than 90 seconds. So that was good. I thought she did look a lot better than she has recently. And so maybe, like you said, maybe they can find a way, pair her with the right people to kind of protect her a little bit. Do you think she has any, like, she can develop anymore? Or is this like, this is the top right here? Like, this is the best as it's going to get?
Did Nikki Bella ever get better? And if she did, was it at the level of the women around her? That's my question. Like, no, it didn't. She wasn't as good as AJ Lee, but she could perform because she was a performer.
You're asking me if she got better, but remember, there was a time where I wasn't watching, so I watched her at her peak. So I don't know what she was like in the beginning to make a fair comparison.
Did Nikki Bella ever get better in your, like, more watchable wrestling matches? In your opinion, I think she did, but was she at the top level of the other women? No, she never was. Jade could do that. Clutch, am I off on this?
She never really matched up to, like, the very top. I mean, you mentioned back in her era, it was AJ Lee, like, girls like that, and she never really matched up to that level. I mean, she grew out of the twin thing and became her own person, so great. But it only got to a certain point where, yeah, she could be a credible champion, but not a high level champion like everybody else around. Yeah, but for Jade, I think you mentioned it. They did it well. They showed her off as dominant. She turned heel. She's got a new edge to her, I guess, and they should build off of that. They should let her keep dominating for a while until they build her up enough to make, for example, a Bianca return a much more interesting match for the fans, Bianca versus Jade, and build to that down the line. And I think that's where they are going.
Yeah, that's the only way. That's the only way. That's the only story that matters, and it's going to be great when it happens. It's going to get a massive pop, full circle to her, I guess, defending Nate. I don't know what she's going to do, but she's going to get that title from Jade. Next match real quick, because we're going to talk Dominic later, because this match, at the end of the day, it was a good match. It was a fun match. Dominic came out with another clever way to steal a win with the help of Finn Balor as well. That Finn Balor pointed out on Monday night. So we'll talk about Dominic later, but another victory for Dominic. I didn't think they were going to take the title away from him being the AAA champion as well. And I thought it was a clever finish. I thought ringing the bell was great. The referee's like, what? Rusev doing the overreacting of, like, yeah. But what do you guys think about it? Real quick. Great match, Chris.
I loved it. It was great. I love the finish. I love that the false finish, if you will. I loved everything about it. I'm glad that he won. It was my favorite match of the night, which I figured it would be going in. I enjoyed it.
Okay. Favorite match. What about you, Clutch? Favorite match?
I'm not saying
obvious reasons.
I'm not saying it's like the best wrestling that I've ever seen match, but the match for what it was.
I got you.
Enjoyed it. But all right, go ahead, Clutch.
Yeah. Not my favorite match for obvious reasons. My picture today. So but every time I see Dom wrestle, I keep thinking like, wow, this was the kid, the like babyface kid who rode in on his dad's back, or like wrote like he piggybacked his dad to the ring as tag team champion, and was as vanilla could get. And now he's basically, and I say this in the best way possible, he's like an Eddie Guerrero light version, and he putting his own heel spin into it, and it makes him great all around. He had we'll probably talk more about him. He had a great promo on Raw, by the way. But yeah, I thought it was great, and he keeps doing the things to find ways to win with and without help, and it's a spin from what he's been doing early on in his reign, of just help from the Judgment Day. Now he's adding his own little twist into it, and that makes it more entertaining.
Yes, it's perfect. It's everything Dominic should be doing. I'll talk about more how I feel about Dominic later, because I had an epiphany today, and I'm like, I got to talk about it on the show, but later. CM Punk is your new World Heavyweight Champion. It was a very sloppy match, but we got through it. Jey Uso, I don't know what was going on there. I don't know. I literally don't know what was going on. There's botches left and right. My only question, because I'm not going to criticize the match. It was a match. It was a match. It's fine. Great ending. Very good ending, actually. I was against CM Punk winning the title, but he did, so I've accepted it now. It might turn out good. We'll see. I know Clutch is very excited for it. I'm not going to speak for him, but the spot I'm talking about is where you had him in the GTS, Jey Uso slipped off or whatever and immediately put him in a headlock. Was that a botch or was that planned? I don't know. Or are they just that damn good and made it look like a botch? Clutch, do you know the spot I'm talking about?
Yes, and I'm pretty sure that one was planned.
Okay.
And it was meant. I think it was meant to be a callback to when he tapped out Gunther to win the title in the first place.
Okay, I'm gonna believe you there, but that neck breaker was not.
No, that neck breaker was not. Indeed.
The water spot, the water bottle. Wake up! Are people saying stuff? Is there some Jeff Hardy allegations going on?
I don't know. I don't think so. This is the first time I even considered that.
Oh, I've seen it. I've only been on Twitter for half an hour, and I've seen like 3 posts about just 3.
Yeah.
But either way,
going back to the neck breaker spot, I remember seeing it, and whatever that was in the end, and then like kind of Punk got up and then kicked him immediately like in the head.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that was a true like out of frustration is like get your shit together kind of thing or not, but yeah, like it made me pay attention.
Yeah, me too. Especially when you get the water shortly after and sprayed all over his head. I was like, oh shoot. All right, cool. Either way, CM Punk wins, no interference, no vision, no cliffhangers, no nothing. Just no nothing. And we went live Saturday, myself and Bobby, on the pre-show. We talked about each match, and Bobby was like, yeah, this is going to happen, and Vision and Brock Lesnar can come out and destroy everybody, and this and that, and blah. And I wanted to remind everybody, on that show at least, there has been 0 title changes on Saturday Night's Main Event in the history of 2025. There's only been 1 title win because it was the Chelsea Green Open tournament. So and there's been no ever cliffhangers or run-ins or anything that ever happens on these shows. Nothing happened. I wasn't upset. I expected it. Did you guys expect something at the end? Something.
Not necessarily.
You didn't expect it either.
No.
All right,
No.
good.
Just for what you said, they're usually not overly eventful shows. There's some matches on there, they happen and it's done. You know, I'm surprised that we even got a title change on the show for the reason you said, because I've noticed that same thing, that they don't typically do title change. Obviously, we're going to have one new champion between CM Punk and Jay, but beyond that, like I wouldn't have been surprised if everyone else retained, because that's just what they've kind of done. So I'm glad they at least shook it up a little, but not, you know, you're a big fan of them not overbooking the end, and it was nice just to close out the show and just have a normal, just, hey, not a whole lot happening. That way, when it does happen, it feels a little bit more special rather than it happening every week on every wrestling show.
I mean, you got a point. Like, you have a solid point there. So, Clutch, I'm going to give you the floor. This is your guy. This is your moment. This is your show. So tell me, how great did it feel to see your idol, your best friend in the world, your favorite wrestler of all time? I don't know if any of that's true. Win the title.
If maybe not my favorite wrestler of all time, but near the top. And it was a good feeling. I mean, we had the moment at SummerSlam, and it just got like taken away after 5 minutes. And like part of me, yeah, I realized like the Seth thing is cool because the fake out and everything. That was really cool. But part of me also wanted to see Punk with a title for more than 5 minutes. And now I get to see that, and I'm excited for what it's going to be because, again, like for all the reasons I've probably mentioned on the show for time and time again, like
Did I
the
freeze
fact that
again?
he cut off feuds with everybody, the fact that he can do this, the fact that he can do he's just the most credible champion they have right now, considering Seth is out, and he's a good counterpart to Cody on SmackDown. So like both shows have somebody that's really like I guess marketable and popular with the crowds. And yeah, I just think seeing him win in general was like it was a really good feeling because again, I never thought I'd see it again where Punk is a world champion in 2025. And we're here and surprisingly like they said the stat out loud like it's been 2 years already and it's crazy how time has flown by since he's come back.
Yeah, it really has. I love what he said on Raw, which we'll get to right now, where he's like, I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to make money and be a champion. And that's what he is right now. All Ego Ethan Page, Jade Cargill. I mean, you've all probably seen a picture by now. Even I have. Ricky Saints.
Oh, yeah.
AEW is running WWE. This is an inside job, brother. Honestly, think about this. All the champions, Blake Monroe, all of them were on Wednesday night at some point recently. That has to be a message. Like, this has to be a message, or are they just that damn good? I don't know. I'm enjoying it. I think it's great. Chris, don't you think it's kind of ironic?
Ironic? No, not necessarily. I don't think there's any hidden message. Haven't we all said that all these people were like super talented, and someone like Ricky Saints were like, he's so underutilized. He could be doing so much more than what he was doing in AEW. So to see him leave and become a champion, that's a no-brainer. CM Punk, I mean, as big and as marketable as he is, that's a no-brainer. So I don't think it's any like funny business. It's just people that should have been in better spots over there moved over and now are in those better spots.
Yeah, it's good to see. It's really good to see these guys start up somewhere and make it big time. At least we'll see. I'll say this before we get to our NXT segment. I'm really, really impressed with Ethan Page. He was one of my favorites in AEW. Chris, we talked about him all the time. I remember. And it's good to see him in a role on television, whether it be comedic heel, serious heel, like he could do it all. So it's good to see that. All right, back to Raw. We had tremendous promo with CM Punk opening the show and immediately just starts naming out people. Yo, John, if you want some, come get some. You know, Sheamus, it's naming everybody under the sun that could challenge him. The only person he didn't name was Logan Paul, the person that came out. Unexpectedly, perfectly executed. I thought it was great. So Logan Paul comes out and pretty much says, like, hey, I've been in the ring with Roman. I did Cody. I beat AJ Styles in the middle of the ring at WrestleMania. It's my turn. It's my shot. I deserve it. First off, I thought it was great. Second off, when they were interrupted by the Vision, I thought, holy crap, we're getting a freaking face turn. This is even better. So we'll stop right there. Face turn Logan Paul. For this a slight second. Didn't you guys get behind it for like just a second? Come on, it was pretty good.
I don't know that would work right now or even come close to working. People want to boo him so much right now.
Like, maybe I'm just a heel. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't see how they could turn him face.
No.
People, the crowd do not like him at all.
When he was side by side with CM Punk at the very end, they popped. What are you talking about?
Was it for him or was it for CM Punk? The crowd boos him too much.
Who made the run in?
Who
made the run in?
They were probably excited that CM Punk was getting saved.
So it could have been anybody. It could have been Tozawa.
Yes.
Yes.
It would have been Tozawa. We know at least one person would have popped for that.
3. We would all pop. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, come on. What's her name's getting her shot? The other girl who's fighting back. Anyway, back to this Clutch. How'd you think about this? Were you even semi interested in a Logan Paul? I know it wasn't going to happen, but were you at least semi interested?
Like for the moment that it happened, for the running, I was like, yeah, like I was kind of into it, and then like my logic turned on, and it was like it doesn't work because I don't think he has the personality to be a face. And he's I think as a human being, he's such a natural heel, like in all aspects. And then it just wouldn't work. And then the brass knuckles came out, and then he turned and punched Punk, and yeah, it made much more sense now. And yeah, and that's where we're going now, and it's shaping up for War Games.
It sure is. But that's the question. So it's gonna be Brock Lesnar, Logan Paul, The Vision. So I guess 4. Are they gonna add a 5th? If they add a 5th, who the hell could that be? And on the babyface side, is it Roman, Usos, Punk, and LA Knight? Who could it be? That's what we all know where it's going, but we don't know who's in it. Because we don't know if the Vision's going to add the 5th member, because we know Brock's going to be a part of it, or we think it is. Who could it be, Clutch? Because I'm baffled. I don't know.
Yeah, for the Vision, I mean, yeah, Paul, the 2, and I guess, yeah, if they want to go 4-on-4, it's cleaner, I think, because every other fit is a little off. I know there was a weird report like a month ago or something that Austin Theory was going to be like part of the Vision, but I don't see it, and there's even not enough time to make that a credible thing. Yeah, and the other side is for sure, like in my head, I'm like very like certain that it's going to be Punk, Roman, and the Usos. And if they make it 5, yeah, probably throw LA Knight in there.
Yeah, but just that 5th heel. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Who's going to be the 5th heel? Who's going to be the... And they always like to do a matchup things. It's like, oh, who's going to wrestle Rome? Like, you know how they always do it. Like, oh, he's in a feud with him, so X, Y, and Z. That's
I completely forgot that LA Knight had a thing with somebody, and I forgot who it was. It was just a backstage moment, and I forgot.
On Raw, I must have fast forwarded it. To be completely honest with you guys, I watched Raw. I watched the full match, the opening match. I ended up watching the entire Nikki Bella and Stephanie Vacquier match, tag team match. I watched the entire thing. Don't ask me why. I don't know why. It was a very good match though. And I had to fast forward the JD McDonough Finn Balor match with AJ Styles and Dragon Lee. That was the match I was looking forward to. I bet you that was a banger. I missed that one. So yeah. I had to watch a show in rush. I only watched the key moments, to be completely honest. But there is a key moment I want to talk about that we didn't even discuss before, and I had to do it. She's doing the best work she's ever done in her entire life. And I never thought I almost retired or came out of retirement from Twitter and posted and let everyone know how awesome Becky Lynch is doing. That promo on top of the table, Clutch. It was great. She's losing her mind. She's losing to Maxine Dupree, and it's getting in her head. And this is probably my favorite Becky Lynch of all time. So did you watch that promo, Chris?
I don't think I caught that one. And I thought I watched everything. Gosh. I wonder if I missed that, because I actually watched a lot of it on Monday night, and then I paused it at some point, and then I had to finish it Tuesday. And I wonder if Netflix skipped ahead, because I don't recall that.
Clutch, tell me you didn't fast forward this.
No, I did see it.
It was great.
And yeah, it was great. And we're used to, like, before seeing Becky as the man and being this badass ass kicker or whatever. And to have this like change, like full change now, where she's heel, obviously, and then now she's basically lost her mind, and she plays that role really, really well in the way she like panics and goes all out, and now she, yeah, you said she's giving up losses, even counting out disqualification to Maxine Dupree, and yeah, and that downturn in like I guess mental state probably went down after around the time she tapped out to AJ. And I wonder if we're gonna rotate back to that with AJ because we haven't seen AJ since WrestlePalooza, and we don't know what's gonna happen there. But I wonder if it ends up rotating back to that, and that's really interesting to see. Like Becky has been doing incredible work for sure.
Yeah, my favorite part of her new gimmick is which makes her the best heel, I think, on TV. I know Dominic's up there, but I think this is crazy. I'm saying this. I think she's the best heel on TV. My favorite line: "I'm the greatest women's wrestler of all time." It's not just me saying it. Everyone says it. Bleacher Report says it. Sports Illustrated. That shit cracks me up. I die every time she says that because you know who she sounds like? Me. Like if I'm like doing well or something like that, like I'm doing so good, guys. Look at my like I do. Like if I get like really arrogant and shit, which I do sometimes, especially in the fantasy football world, just for fun, of course. I like being the heel. But like that shit's so much fun. Like, look at my like, I'll pull shit up like on Fantasy Pros. Look at my team, it's ranked to A+. Like none of y'all are beating me, yada yada yada. And I love it, but she's doing it in a way of where she's trying to self-validate herself. And anyone that really does that is trying to self-validate themselves. And that's a different aspect of Becky that we never seen. We saw big time Bex. We saw the man Becky. We saw whatever the hell was before the man, some kind of warrior stuff, which was still cool too. The steampunk era. This is the coolest, where she knows she's dominant, but yet she's questioning herself. It's more layered than her big time Bex gimmick, which I thought was trash. I hated that gimmick. Were you watching wrestling at the time? It was one of the worst gimmicks ever.
Well, yeah, no, I've watched Becky since she's been getting called up.
Yeah,
but my timeline for wrestling was like late 90s, early 2000s. And then I watched it in very small pieces, but started watching it again full time probably in 2015, I would say. So it's just that stuff in the middle there from 2000 to 2015 where I missed a lot of it.
You missed like whole people careers, man. You missed like
Oh, I did.
What career did he miss, man?
A lot of John Cena's apparently.
Yeah, I almost missed CM Punk's until he came back to AEW. Otherwise, I would have missed his entirely. This would have been probably the biggest one.
So, like, probably
you are Batista's entire career.
Who?
Batista.
Pretty much, yeah. But like I said, I would watch like little bits but not consistently. I don't know. I enjoyed it up until a point, and then I just kind of didn't for a while, and then I finally got back into it.
He found that girls exist. He's like, yeah, these are way cooler than wrestling. I mean, that's the time we got out of high school. I mean, or started getting into high school, like the 2000s. Yeah. Yes, it's like it makes sense. It tracks. Like my brother still to this day is like, yeah, I know you still watch this. Sam, he's a big Pat McAfee guy. So every time the wrestler's on there, he sends it to me. He doesn't watch it anymore, but we used to love it.
Yeah.
He found out what girl. I never found out what a girl was, I guess. I don't know.
Aren't you married?
Yeah. I guess.
Yes.
I guess, yeah. I am. I think she's in the room right now. Anyway, all right. John Cena. I'm pretty sure I skipped some things, but John Cena has a tournament. He is the new Tony Khan of WWE. He wants a tournament for his final opponent. And it could be anyone from either SmackDown, Raw, NXT, TNA, or people that don't even work there. Because they want you to think it's going to be Edge. They want you to think it's going to be Chris Jericho. They want you to think it's going to be some iconic Daniel Bryan. They want you to think all that stuff. But in reality, it's going to be Joe Hendry. They want you to think it's me, The Rock. But in reality, it's probably going to be Joe Hendry, Mike Santana, Mr. Iguana. Either way, I am actually looking forward to this tournament. I think this is going to be fun. And I wish they formatted it in a way where I would like them to, where it's like, if it's 16, 4 SmackDown guys, 4 Raw guys, 4 TNA independent guys and 4 people that don't work here, and then so therefore we'd have am I
Someone
frozen
coming out
again?
of each. Nope, you're fine.
Am I frozen?
No, you're not frozen.
Okay. Okay. And I wish that they would sort it that way, but I don't know how they did it because I must have fast forwarded the first 2 matches.
We don't know. So you still haven't seen who's in it yet.
No.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you these guys, and then for both of you, really for all 3 of us, here's the thing. I want you to say, because it is a tournament of 16, out of these 4 that are announced, do you think any of these 4 will make it to the final 4? Not win the whole thing, just will they make it to the final 4? And we don't know the brackets yet. I don't even know if these guys are in the same bracket or if these 2 matches are in different sides of the bracket. We just know the matches, right? Clutch, they didn't show a bracket graphic
No,
yet, did
they
they?
didn't.
Okay. So, all right, Josh, you ready for the first one?
I'm ready.
The first one that they announced, it's going to be Rusev and Damian Priest. Do you think either one of
Yes.
those guys
Yes.
could make it to the final 4?
Yes.
Who do you think?
Rusev.
Rusev. What about
I
you,
do.
Clutch?
I don't think Rusev makes it to the final 4, but if anybody from that match would, is Rusev. I don't see Damien making it.
Yeah. Yeah, that was my thought was Rusev because of the history that they had there. Making it to the final 4, but that probably being about as far as he goes. And then
He only has to win 2 matches. That's all you have to do is win 2 matches.
yeah. But again, we don't know who else is even in this thing right now.
No.
Other than the other match that was announced is Shinsuke and Sheamus.
No.
Are either one of those final 4?
No.
Clutch?
There's a world to me where Sheamus can make the final 4.
Yeah. I don't know.
There's
I
a
didn't
world.
really-
There's a world. No, but I'm saying no.
And this is again
Because-
without knowing anyone else that's in
Yeah.
the tournament right now. We have no clue.
I'm saying no is because I think they want to make the final 4 special. Like, you're not going to put Randy Orton and guys who already wrestled him in this tournament. It wouldn't make sense, right? It just wouldn't make sense. But if you think about who else they could potentially add, because that's what I'm doing. Who could they potentially add to make ripples, to make an impact? Do they add a Randy again? Well, if Randy's in it, then with these competitors of this talent, then he should steamroll. But they're not going to do another rematch. Didn't they? So Gunther's going to win this tournament. We know this. We know Gunther's going to win this tournament. So what I'm trying to think of is what's his path and what's his destruction? Because obviously if Sheamus or Rusev run into him, they're losing. But I don't think Gunther wants to. They don't think they want to burn a Gunther Rusev match because they might want to hold that in their pocket for later on. And they've already done multiple Sheamus and Gunther matches, so I don't think they would even have those matchups. So that's what I'm trying to think of, Chris. Yes, we could see a Rusev Sheamus early on match, and one of those guys have to get there. And I think they would choose Rusev over Sheamus at this point in their career.
Yeah,
that's all. That was a long explanation.
That's all that we know right now. Is those are the 2 matches, and they said 2 more will get announced tomorrow on SmackDown. But that's all we get for now. You don't know where they're going to be placed. You don't know anything else other than there's 4 guys.
I think that sucks. I think that sucks, by the way. Clutch, I'll say you, that sucks. They should have announced the entire bracket on Raw. Damn it.
I think they should have announced the entire bracket. And if you want to save someone for, like, I guess, surprise factor or shock factor, put him as like a blanked out question mark or something.
Yeah. Yeah. Like all you have to do is vacant. Like surprise. Like we haven't filled these spots yet, but these are the people in the bracket that we employ. Now we must go find the other because that's what we want. We want surprises. Is it going to be Hendry? Is it going to be this? That's what we want.
You do, but what they want is some ratings for SmackDown. So you have to tune in if you want to know what's going on there.
Yeah, I know. I've heard the ratings all wrestling ratings are an all-time low.
Yeah,
AEW's on a 300,000.
That's it.
Yeah.
Oof. That's brutal.
Yeah. But SmackDown hit under 1 million for the first time. They're in trouble. They're in trouble, man. not just WWE, but AEW, all wrestling's in trouble. They got hit hard with the new rating system. You didn't hear about
Yeah.
that? Clutch, did you
I
hear
didn't know
about
there
this,
was.
Clutch?
I didn't know there was a new system.
No.
There's a new system out there where they track it differently now, and everyone's ratings went like up or stayed the same. And when I mean everybody, I'm talking about like Seinfeld reruns,
Okay.
baseball, football, like everything across the board. Wrestling lost like 40% of their viewership.
Yeah.
Like bad. Yeah, Raw's down. I mean, they can't really tell because of Netflix, but SmackDown's for sure down, as you saw. And Dynamite was like at 600,000 a couple weeks ago, now down to 300,000.
Jeez, that's brutal. That they're just losing. Did it explain at all how it's different now? Like, how would they lose viewers? Because I would think viewers are viewers.
Oh, give me that phone, son. Well, I don't know how they did it. Sorry, my son's trying to call someone. I don't know how they did it, Chris. You got to research it.
Is he trying to call? He's got people to call.
You trying to call mom? She's not home yet? Oh, she's not
No.
home yet. I thought she was home.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Well, you said she was in the room. That's why I was like, who is he calling? If you're there and she's there, who's this kid gonna
Hold on.
call?
Hold on here. Sorry, guys. Here, talk to mama over there. Sorry for the delay, guys. Son needs to talk to mama. Either way.
So the ratings, how is it? Did they say at all
Oh,
how it's
crap.
different that would cause anything to lose viewers?
I can't hear you. Oh gosh, this is a disaster.
Oh my goodness. Josh, you're gonna lose us viewers.
The viewership is also down here.
It's down at wrestling. It's down at this wrestling podcast. Thanks to Josh's technical difficulties.
I had to switch up to the headphones. Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, we could hear you all along. You know, I think we also just lost some viewers. We're
Yeah,
gonna blame that on Josh.
Sorry, hey, live television or live YouTube. You never know when your son's gonna ask for your phone to call mom because apparently she's not home yet. So I'm sorry, I lost all my track of thought. Clutch, can you just say something smart?
You put me on the spot.
You were supposed to be telling us about this new rating system. You came in with
Oh
the new
yeah,
rating
yeah,
system
yeah,
and you didn't explain how it works.
Hold on. Alex, do you want a full explanation? All right, Clutch, how about
the
this?
Cliff notes. Give us instead of the AEW minute, you can give us the ratings minute.
I will. Clutch. On the spot, NXT minute. Besides the Thea Hendry promo spot angle, what did I miss? I heard that one girl is very upset that Dominic Mysterio is getting cheered for cheating and Cody Rhodes is getting cheered for cheating, but when she cheats, they boo her. She's awesome. Who is that? Why should I be paying attention to her while I look this up?
I'm trying to remember who you're talking about because I don't.
Oh, you don't remember that promo? Dang.
I don't remember that promo.
All right, well, let's talk about Joe Hendry. Is Thea Hale from Chase U? Has this been a thing for a while, or should we have expected that? Why did we cheer that? That's my question. Because it was awesome. I just didn't know. I don't know the backstory.
I don't know if there was anything last week because I did miss the last week before that. So if there was something last week, then I missed it. But I hadn't seen much, I guess, communication between them two. So, but it felt like the crowd was expecting because there was some chanting Thea before. So I would assume that something happened the week before that I just missed. But I mean, it was a great promo, and you mentioned like how well Ethan Page does as his new character here, because he's in all the best ways. He's like, I don't want to like put a negative thing on it, but he's the Miz but better. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
And like in all the best ways.
Yeah. You're right. And Chelsea Green was there and she did a great job. She looked great. She was a champion of some sort. They won
the mixed tag championships in Mexico.
And that's when Joe Hendry came out and they did the whole angle was don't say his name. They expected him to be in the cake. He came out on the aisle and said a promo and did some great things. And then Thea popped out, pies in the face. Ethan Page gets smashed with some kind of decoration from the ring. And it was do they often take the rings down for these events? Like these little, it looked like NXT Underground or Raw Underground with just a celebration. That's a cool look. I've never seen that before on any television show. Do they do that often?
Not really that often. I was gonna mention, yeah, the only time I remember it is from Underground, but otherwise, they don't do that very often.
All right. Well, the stalling has ended, and we're gonna leave it after this note. Nielsen has rolled out is what is called the big data plus panel system, in addition to the traditional panel only ratings. Under this system, they combine their long-standing panel sample with device level data from connected devices from home viewing. That's it. This system has been accredited and used in 2025 for many live sports broadcasts. That results in higher measured viewership because of streaming out of home and devices are better captured. So this is capturing streaming services better. All right, here we go. The live entertainment category of pro wrestling, WWE, All Elite Wrestling, is being hit particularly hard, and reasons include this. A measurement change has triggered large downward adjustments. Since the new Nielsen Big Data panel, wrestling shows are seemingly lower measured viewership than the old system. Examples: AEW live shows has blown. Yeah, I said that. People, this is from USA Today. Another one says this is a disaster for wrestling. WWE and AEW, they were oversold, and this old panel system made them seem more watchable. Wrestling pretty much is relied on linear TV ratings, and no one's watching them on streaming services. That's all I know. That ends it. That ends the whole situation. So it looks like wrestling is down bad, and Netflix is now regretting their decision. And Fox already came out and said that they were very disappointed with the wrestling views.
And ESPN.
In ESPN, they're also
probably, for the money they spent and what they're
Yeah.
getting.
Yeah, and it's also they say timing, competition issues. Wrestling often airs during football season. They get crushed on Monday Night Football. The World Series, you chose to watch that over Saturday night's main event.
Yeah, Game 7, World Series. Yeah.
No, I get it. So wrestling has been hit hard. So I guess they've been living off of fake numbers for a very long time. I don't know.
It's hard for them to go against live sports though, because there's just something about watching a football game after it happens that it's just not the same. But you can watch wrestling after it happens and it's fine for most of their shows. Raw and SmackDown and some of the pay-per-views, you can watch them after the fact. WrestleMania, you kind of want to watch the night of. Royal Rumble the night of. A lot of the other ones you can watch after.
Yeah.
So they're maybe not getting those live numbers right away whenever they're calculating those views.
Yeah, I 1000% agree. And with that being said, Clutch, I know you're still watching weekly. I will say watching Raw on Thursday or Wednesday is much better than watching live because I'm able to fast forward the Kabuki Warrior segments. I'm just gonna flat out say it. It's been awful. And I can fast forward through Charlotte running in and trying to make a save and looking like a baby face. That was awful too. But before we do close out here, Clutch, is there anything else you want to say before I throw any other segment under the bus?
I'll keep mentioning it. Dominic Mysterio is great.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about it.
Yeah, we haven't given him enough flowers.
No.
Go off real quick. Because I just want to say this, and I'm not going to be long. I always criticize wrestlers for not having muscle mass. I think it's ridiculous. That's your profession. What are you doing? And I'm looking at Dominic and I see it all the time. Like, well, he's passable because he's a heel and this and that. But I'm like, at what point is he going to drop this gimmick? Because he's going to at some point. They all do. Everyone has their runs as something and they move on. How's he ever going to be viewed as a world champion when he looks like just a regular guy? I'm looking at his arms going, he's got no biceps. He's got no triceps. But then I stop myself and go, that's his gimmick. He's a slimy, just dirt bag that wins at any cost, and he doesn't need all that. So I stopped myself before I went too far because I always think about what's going to happen with this person in the future. His promo skills are there. His reactions are there. His facials are there. Everything's there, Clutch. Talk about how awesome that was.
It's great. And this is the guy that everybody was comparing to Hook.
Oh, come on.
No, but he's so good. And if you just go back to the promo on Raw, Rey Mysterio finally comes back. He's clear to wrestle. I don't know what they're gonna do there. No, are they gonna do the San Diego, since it's in San Diego Survivor Series, Are they doing Ray versus Dom, or are they going to go with Cena? Because I thought it was going to go Cena for a while. So I'm very interested in that. But past that, like you got Ray running him down, and it's like all these legends of wrestling. Like, how do you say you're better than them? Da da da. He mentions Eddie, and then Dom hits him with that one liner, which is amazing. It's like, don't talk about my dad like that, or something like that. And it was so good. And he's just so like he's been incredible like for a while now. And it's just a matter of time before he's a world champion, I think. He's holding down 2 championships right now for 2 different companies, pretty much, even though they're under the same umbrella now.
Mhm.
And yeah, he's one of the guys that I have pretty much penciled in as like a Money in the Bank winner because he would do so well with a briefcase.
Yeah, he's definitely not an Elimination Chamber participant, but he's definitely a briefcase holder in the future. That's going to be a special moment in time. I love how, by the way, I was going to give WWE props for not making Roxanne Perez a love interest because it's a wash and repeat, rinse and repeat, same thing over and over. They kind of hinted towards it with Roxanne when she sat him down and talked, and we saw clearly the picture of Liv Morgan right there. So they wanted to make sure you remember Liv Morgan's right there, and here's this pretty little Roxanne Perez cheesing up to Dominic. I hope they don't go down that road. Dominic doesn't need it. She doesn't need it. And I think what Dominic and the Judgment Day are doing right now, I think it's great. I love that there is one group of people that are unified, which is obviously Finn, JD, Raquel, and Roxanne. And now Dominic feels like the outsider. So it's such a different dynamic than it was before. And I'm digging it because we don't know what's going to happen. It's been drawn out so long. For almost 2 years now, I feel like, but I'm digging it.
Yeah, it has been going on forever, but it's still entertaining with the way they keep evolving it all the time. Dom has become. I was just thinking about this on Monday night. Dom's become my favorite part of the show. He's like my number one must watch segment. That's the spot I would never skip over. I'll make time to go back and watch a segment if I have to.
Quote this. Dom is the Mercedes Moné of WWE. The can't miss moment of the night.
Why would you drag his name through the mud like that?
Mercedes Moné is going to be in
at least
Blood and Guts. That's your AEW minute. Mercedes Moné is going to be in Blood and Guts.
You could have at least said he's the Sasha, but you had to say he's the Mercedes.
Mercedes got 12 belts, brother. I don't know. I don't know.
How many are worth anything? One? Kind of.
Listen, a man once said on Dynamite something about the belt doesn't make you, you make the belt, yada yada yada, and then that was his last promo in AEW, and the next thing you know, he's a WWE champion. So Mercedes is making these belts and they're elevating them. The AAA Dynamite Kid belt, the international internet belt, the fan favorite belt, all of them elevated to the moon.
24/7 belt.
Yep.
Let me ask you, how many of any of these shows have you gone and watched since she acquired one of their belts? Because she's elevated them.
It depends on her. It depends on the costume she's wearing and who she's
How many have you gone and watched live?
Not live. I'll watch after the fact.
So,
by the way, anyone can watch this right now on YouTube. If you want to see Killer Cross wrestle Matt Cardona in the indie show, it is on YouTube for free to search it up. It was pretty cool to see Killer Cross back. That's all I'll say. If you haven't seen it, it's like a 10-minute match. It's cool to see Matt Cardona wrestle as well. So yes, Chris, I do watch indie wrestling. I do go out there and support them, Chris. And I think you all should too. Speaking of supporting the little guys, make sure you support us at Finstock Sports Network and Finstock Extra. Smash that like button. I see a lot of you guys watching right now. We've held a lot of you guys this entire show, so I really appreciate that. If you're still here, hit the like button. Double-digit viewers all night long. That's what I like to see here on Finstock Extra, building the viewership on this channel as well as Finstock Sports Network. So without that being said, who plays football tonight? I legit do not know.
The Broncos and the Raiders.
All right. I'm skipping this game.
I only know that because I have a Broncos player. So I have J.K. Dobbins. That's the only reason I know the game tonight.
There you go. Clutch, I'm sure you're happy Mr. Greer is no longer with us.
one step closer to total like detonation of this team.
That's right. So stay tuned to everybody. We'll be talking Finstock Dolphins on the Finstock Sports Network. More pro wrestling with myself and Bobby on Saturday night, where we're talking the greatest freaks in wrestling history. Goldberg wanted to go off and call out Asuka and say some girl took his whatever. We're talking about streaks. And Mr. Oldberg, we'll be talking about your sorry ass pretty soon. And we're also talking about Kurt Angle's top 6 rivals of all time. So check that out Saturday night with myself and Bobby Melendez. Chris, when you think Kurt Angle's greatest wrestlers, rivals of all time, this is your era. Do you think more of TNA or do you think of more WWE? I'm asking the same thing, Clutch, and then we're out.
Well, I think of WWE, but that's only, I'm biased. I didn't watch TNA. I know he had some really great matches and feuds in TNA.
Clutch?
I think I have memories of him in TNA, and he had these like fantastic matches all around. I can't pinpoint one. For some reason, the match that sticks out for me like was when he wrestled Eddie. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, I forgot what show it was on, but I'm pretty sure he wrestled Eddie at some point, and it was killed it.
Are you too young for Kurt Angle?
I caught Kurt Angle when when he went to ECW. Do you remember that like era?
Not really.
When Rey Mysterio won the world title from him?
I don't remember that era at all. I must have missed it.
I'm around like WrestleMania 22 when it comes to Kurt Angle.
Okay. All right. I'm just going to say this. I think more of TNA when I think Kurt Angle. Better matches, better feuds. So make sure you prepare for that catalog because we will be talking a lot of AJ Styles matches, Samoa Joe, and everything else you need to know about TNA wrestling because I cannot wait to talk TNA old school wrestling. That was my jam back in the day. So with that being said, my name is Josh. That's Chris, El Ginger Americano. That's Miami Clutch PE. Have a good night, guys. Peace out.